Glaucon says to Socrates, after this very dubious win over Thrasymachus, Socrates, do you wish to persuade us, or really persuade us, or just seem to persuade us? Now this difference between being and seeming is crucial to all the dialogues. He has lured Thrasymachus, or lured Adeimantus and Glaucon into this argument. So that's why he gives, I think, fairly weak arguments against Thrasymachus. Glaucon says, if you really want to persuade us, rather than just seem to persuade us, we have to have a radicalized conception of justice, and I want you to prove that justice is good in and of itself, that justice is good as an end, not as a means. And to do this, he says, look, what we're going to have to do is look at what people say about justice and have you defend justice even in its most unattractive, or at least apparently unattractive form. Imagine, and he comes up with the theory, with the myth of Gyges here. Glaucon says, look, imagine what happened with Gyges' ancestor. Gyges was the king of Lydia. He says his ancestor was a shepherd for the king. One day the earth opened up, he went down, and going up and down is going to be very important in this book. Whenever you see anybody going up or going down in this book, underline it. So down the shepherd goes, shepherd and sheep. Think about Thrasymachus in the first book of the Republic, right, saying that the shepherd is interested not in the flock but in his own benefit. The shepherd goes down and he sees a big bronze horse. Within the bronze horse is a man larger than life size, and he's wearing a ring. Takes the ring off the shepherd, and he goes back up and he finds that when this ring is turned inside out, so that the collar is down rather than up, it makes him invisible. As a result of this invisibility, he goes and he kills the king, he becomes a regicide, he has sex with the king's wife, and he takes control of the state. Now Glaucon says, think about this, Socrates. Suppose a just man and an unjust man were to get this ring of Gyges. The unjust man would clearly do all kinds of unjust things. He would kill the king, have sex with the king's wife, and do all the things that he wanted to do. The just man, let's face it, would do exactly the same thing. Because people are just and good only because they lack the capacity to do real injustice. In other words, they're weak and feeble. And if people got the opportunity to do justice with impunity, no one would do justice. They would have a good time and they would do all kinds of bad stuff.